What's up, dudes?
Hey guys, welcome to the video where we are going to talk a little more deeper and further into the international relations theories.
Yes, sure do. So, what are we going to do today is... Hey, Jiao, do you know the film Independence Day, right? Does that ring any bells?
Independence Day? Wait, I do know that film. The one with aliens and society fighting over a state?
Bingo! But, what if the film is not just about a scary sci-fi aliens action film? What if it's more than that? Therefore, in today's special episode, we are going to talk about the film Independence Day and its correlation with the liberalism theory in international relations studies.
Whoa, hold a minute. Independence Day and the liberalism theory? Wait, they could be related?
Well, of course they do. So, why don't we just dive in deeper and let's dissect this alien-fied movie. So, to refresh our memories, the Independence Day movie is basically a movie where America was trying to fight back for their independence. Well, it's actually trying to get their independence back from scary aliens who are trying to seize and take over their land during the days leading up to the 4th of July, which is coincidentally in America's Independence Day. So I'm guessing that's where the movie names came from. Clever, right? Very clever. But then, everything was in chaos when the aliens took over. Big cities like New York and Washington was destroyed. Yikes. I wouldn't even want that to happen in real life or to my worst enemies. Luckily though, even when things looked pretty bad, people still stood up strong and fought for America's independence. People like the government bodies tried everything they could or can do at that moment in order to maintain their land and protect their people. And could you please remind us what they did to maintain their land and get it back from the custody of the big, mean, scary aliens?
Yeah, sure. Enhance cooperations within its society and cooperations with other countries as a way to fight the aliens they were facing?
Exactly. So basically, all the things you just said are one of the assumptions regarding how the liberalism theory is implemented within a state. The liberalist theory emphasizes on economic interdependence, democracy, human rights, and peace, which they're trying to fight for, with the acknowledgement of both state and non-state actors. The theory itself acknowledges states being able to treat their societies ethically and do allow them to be a meaningful participation in the political processes. Political processes in this term refers to the various ways of, say, elections, voting, political and representation, mostly in decision making though, where it highlights the dynamic interaction between power, governance, and community engagement. So far, can you understand the concept of the liberalist theory well?
Yes, I do. As far as I remember, the liberalist theory believes that humans are naturally cooperative, and it stated that both states and people are capable of working together peacefully. Well, unlike realism, the liberalist theory mostly believes in cooperation between states, importance of international institutions, the existence of economic and political interdependence, and the shared values and diplomacy that are important and influential. It argues that war isn't inevitable, and the fact that peaceful collaboration is necessary when a war occurs.
Yes, those are very, very true. So, the film implicitly indicates a few points that we could analyze through, like situations when a global crisis occurs the role of communications and information sharing, and the effect of leadership and a unity within a crisis.
Wow! How specifically do those factors highlight the role of liberalism in a state, Vanessa?
I'll be glad to answer that. So, in the terms of a global crisis, in the film where Earth has been faced with a global threat, when aliens start to invade the planet, the situation forces most of the countries to unite for the survival, since it's an emergency situation. And secondly, the role of communication in the film. This shows where the military leaders and the government and the scientists and parts of the civilians who have no doubt in sharing every information and knowledge which they have about the situation that they're in, which really shows how liberalism supports every channel of communication to solve a rising conflict together as a collective interest. And for leadership and unity, when President Whitmore said, "We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore, and we will be united in our common interest." This shows how humanity has shared values, or as I said earlier, a shared interest. And with that, people will join together and see others as partners rather than threats or enemies.
Ah, I see. So basically, the Independence film expresses the importance of global cooperation, openness, peace, unity, and diplomacy within states and societies in order to face a global crisis?
Ding 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 ding! That's true. And what you said there is the core or the juices of the liberalism theory in the international relations studies theories.
But I surely believe it isn't that easy in aligning interests, generating cooperation with numerous parties, and ensuring involvement throughout fighting for its independence. I mean, challenges definitely occur in the process, doesn't it?
Well, of course it does. In the film Independence Day, most of the actors must face very much risk and sacrifices in order to fight the aliens' invasions. Combining common interests, our values, and beliefs are really complicated and complex as well. And it's never going to be as easy as it sounds like, or it's not going to be as easy as it seems in the fairy tales. But as long as all parties are willing to cooperate and they realize what should they be prioritizing first, which is their common interest or value for the sake of everyone's safety. And by then, working together doesn't sound as exhausting as it should be.
Alright, so mostly that's it on our episode on breaking down international relations theories in existing movies that have been produced so far. We hope this brings a new insight to you guys on how international relations could be viewed further in movies as well.
And that's it from us. We genuinely hope from the bottom of our heart that you enjoyed our content. Thank you so much and peace out.